All right, so we're gonna go to Daniel chapter 1, read verses 8 through 16.
Verse 8. But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now Yahuwah had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my Adonai the king, who has appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Meltzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Shananiahu, Mishael, and Azariahu, prove your servants. I beseech ye 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before you, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as you see, deal with your servants. So he consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat of the portion of the king's meat. Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink and give them pulse.
All right, so we're gonna talk about this. And so it said, um, eat pulse and drink water. And I'm just add this. Some you may want to think about, why didn't Daniel drink the wine? Which we'll talk about the meat here in a second. Well, there's some extra biblical texts that suggest that we're not even supposed to be drinking alcohol. The wine in the Bible was unfermented. But that's something that, hey, ask Abba if you want to know. Some people like, oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But there's information out there that says that we're not even supposed to be drinking. And now that you know that, look into that. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, there's no indication that Daniel ever ate meat. You know, there's no indication that the king's meat was unclean, such as duck or swine. There's no indication of that. Verse 8 says, But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested the princes of the eunuch that he might not defile himself. This has nothing to do with a fast. This has to do with being defiled. This has to do with being defiled. Yeah. My Dr. Umar, this has to do with being defiled. Daniel was adhering to the law Abba gave in Genesis 1:29. And Elohim said, excuse me, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree which is the fruit of the yielding seed. To you it shall be as food. To you it shall be as food. To you I'm gonna stop. To us it's gonna be as food. Now think about this. It was after 10 days in verse 6. This is after the so-called fast or whatever happened. And verse 16 says, thus Belshazzar took away the portions of their meat. Let me move that thing. This says he took away the portions of their meat and wine that they should drink and gave them pulse, which is vegetables. Now, if it's after 10 days, he took the meat away. Okay, this indicates that they never ate meat. Or they didn't eat if they ate, well, they didn't eat it before, but he took it away, so they didn't have meat to eat at this point. So there's no way that this Daniel's fast can be oh, I can just eat vegetables. No, Daniel didn't eat meat. Daniel was just going by what the scriptures say in Genesis 1:29. So, moving forward.